I know you know this already, but I'm gonna say it anyway. How somebody receives you, how they treat you, their opinion of you is a reflection of who they are, not who you are. How they choose to define you is a reflection of who they are, not who you are. You are defined by how you choose to show up in this world, by the choices that you make and how you choose to treat people. So it really doesn't matter what somebody else thinks of you. What matters is who you choose to be, how you choose to respond to that, how you choose to show up, okay? Let them think whatever they want. You're still gonna show up in alignment, in truth, in love, with compassion. You're still going to be accountable for yourself. You're still going to shine your light, okay? And I made a post about this last night because what I've noticed is when we are navigating deep pain, and I say we, I mean people who are aligned with God's light, who are operating in higher states of consciousness, who are truth seekers, who are light bearers, light warriors, spiritual warriors, those who are aligned in God's light. When we are navigating deep pain, that's when the spiritual attacks amp up. That's when there's the attacks on your character, attacks on your pain, attacks on your love, attacks on your light, attacks on your person, on just your life. Because that's when you're the most vulnerable. When you're navigating deep pain, that's when, you do feel your energy feels low or weak, because it hurts. It hurts to heal. Healing is so difficult. That's why so many people choose not to do it. Okay? But I have noticed that the attacks from these lower states of consciousness, from these lower frequencies, they come at you when you are the most vulnerable. Because that's when they feel like they have the greatest chance of making an impact on you, of pulling you down, of breaking you, of getting you to work against yourself. They want you to react and they want to pull you down to their level. These people who are operating in such a low state of consciousness, they can't stand your light. They can't stand your strength. They can't stand the fact that you have been able to rise from the ashes and find your alignment and still remain true and to still be loving and compassion. They can't stand that because they feel that they don't have the strength to do it themselves. When somebody attacks your character, what they're saying is, I'm not strong enough to face my own pain, so I'm going to project that out onto you. I'm going to use you as a scapegoat to find some type of temporary relief from this, because I don't have the strength to do it myself. That's what they're saying to you. Do they have the strength to do it themselves? Yes, we always have the strength to heal ourselves and to rise and expand. We all have that strength within us, but it's whether or not we choose to tap into it. Okay? And you've chosen to tap into it, and that bothers people. And they want to get you to work against yourself. But let me tell you something. Even when you feel like you're at your weakest state, your light is still brighter than people operating in their shadow and in a lower frequency, at a lower state of consciousness. And that's the truth, okay? Your light is so bright that it radiates out and it reminds people of their shadows and the pains that they aren't willing to face. And then they make it your problem. You know this already because you've been experiencing this. So what do we do in these moments? They want you to stoop to their level, so don't give them what they want. As hard as it might be to stay in alignment and to respond with love and compassion, You have to try to do that. They want you to willingly step down. They want you to willingly choose to react in a way that's going to create negative karma for yourself. That's what they're trying to do. Because lower frequencies, they don't exist when you're in a state of alignment. They don't exist when you're operating in a higher frequency. And so, like, you're basically eradicating them. So they are doing everything that they can to hang on and to have some type of power. They're like, what's the word I'm looking for? They think that they're like the apex predator. They think that they're the strongest and the smartest and the most powerful, but they're actually the weakest because they're afraid to address their own issues. They're afraid to take a really good look, a really deep look at who they are and become self-aware and to accept everything that they've been through. And actually, like, where I'm at in myself, I feel sorry for people like that because I feel like they're wasting their energy. They're putting all their energy and effort into the wrong thing. They're putting all their focus on the people around them rather than just looking at themselves and doing the work. It's sad, in my opinion. I don't condone it. I don't support it, but I do think it's sad. But that's their cross to bear. That's, that's their journey. Okay? But what you do is that you need to protect your energy and you need to maintain your alignment. And you do that by not giving them what they want, by being able to see it clearly. Like, you see that they're in pain and they're trying to project that onto you. They're trying to put it onto you. If you can hold space for them, do that. But if you can't, protect yourself. You don't owe these people anything. And there will be people out there that are like, no, you just have to love them. You just have to forgive them and understand that. And you can do that while still protecting yourself. You don't have to engage with these types of people. You can love them from afar. You can forgive them from afar. You can send them prayers. You don't have to be up in that. You don't have to expose yourself to that, especially if you're healing yourself. We want to be in a safe place when we're healing ourselves, because that's where like I said in the other video, when you are in a safe place, that's when your body's going to start to release this emotion all of this stored energy. You're going to start to really feel the pain on an emotional, physical, and mental level. And it is so difficult. And I am so proud of you for making the choice to heal yourself. And I know it's not easy. I know it sucks. It sucks and it feels like it's never going to end, but it does get easier. One day at a time. You got to just keep honoring your emotion, keep tending to yourself, loving yourself, and giving your body what it needs, because your body does have all that stored energy in it. So give it what it needs. Your body is telling you what it needs. Even when you feel your body, where you have pain, like, that's your body's way of telling you, like, I need attention in these areas. Massage your body. I was thinking about something like another way to really release energy, and if you're into this holistic health, is not only by giving yourself massages and like massaging your feet, massaging your hips, your legs, your chest, your shoulders, your hands, even your head, your neck. Your neck holds a lot of energy. But doing holistic things like acupuncture. If you like that type of stuff and you can tolerate needles and things like that, that opens up the pathways in your bodies that are blocked It is so effective. Every time I have acupuncture, I either cry like a baby and I just release and I have such a cleansing experience, or I sleep like a baby. I sleep like a baby and I wake up and feeling refreshed like a new person. I love it, but I understand that some people don't like needles and they don't, they don't like their body being touched and things like that. Acupressure, working on yourself, is great. There are so many books out there, but you don't even need a book. Like I said, your body will tell you the areas that it needs. Now, maybe you need to massage your stomach. Maybe you need to get in there in your hips, Maybe you need to get into your buttock area. I mean, your body's letting you know. Listen to it. That is so important for your healing process. And rest if you need to. Don't beat yourself up. We are conditioned to go, 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 to push through things, to move through it. But sometimes you just have to be still. Sometimes you just have to be still and rest and breathe. Okay? So we want to try to maintain our alignment. People are going to attack you. They're going to try so hard to trigger you. And it might be the people closest to you, or it might be strangers on the internet. Strangers on the internet love to hide. They love to hide behind their screen name and attack, because they feel like there's no repercussions, but there's always consequences to those actions. And what you put out into the world is what you are going to receive back. I love that you show up authentically. I love that you are able to learn from your mistakes and grow and evolve. That's what sets you aside from these other people. That's why you consistently level up. That's why God trusts you. Continue doing what you're doing. You are so amazing. You are so much more powerful than you might give yourself credit for. And like I said, even in your lowest state, even when you are feeling the weakest, your light is still shining so much brighter than somebody who is unwilling and wants to sit in their pain. Okay? Don't you ever forget that. God loves you so much. I love you so much. Your team loves you. You are guided and protected. And just trust. Trust yourself. Trust what's coming through you. Okay, that's the message. I'm gonna leave it there. I hope you have a really good day. I'm sending you so much love and healing energy, so much comfort and peace. And I'll talk to you soon. Okay.